It has officially happened. My mystery animal is here, and we are actually really, really close to 1,000 likes. And so I just really fast want to say thank you so much, guys. Now, I was going to unbox this on camera for you guys, but I noticed right away that she was going to be extremely cold. So I made the decision to just immediately get her in and get her situated and get her heated up, because when I got her out of the bag, she was incredibly cold and she wasn't moving very much, and I was a little bit worried, but she's warmed up now. I held her to my body heat, and she's very nippy. She's very huffy and puffy. Look at this girl. Look at this beautiful, beautiful snake. I love her to death. She hates me to death. But she's very, very pretty. She's nippy. Like I said, she's very nippy. Very nippy indeed. Okay, so hopefully you guys got a good look at her, because she decided to make a bolt for it, and I had to stop her. This tub that I have her in, because she's so much smaller than I was expecting. So incredibly, so much smaller. Like, I just can't. She's like the size of a ball python right now, and I was expecting like at least 8 feet. But she's doing amazingly. She looks beautiful. I just put in a little like shoe box for her, and she just went right inside. I don't know if you can see her. But yeah, she's in there now. I'm going to keep her temporarily in this little tub. I'm going to put some decor and stuff in there for her once she's settled down. She hates me with the passion right now. Mom is helping me, and she's a little bit skittish around snakes. Like, she's just not used to them. And it tried to strike near her. It was never going to reach her. Like, I don't think it would have ever actually like bit her or anything like that. But it was like kind of scared, and so it like struck towards her. And my mom didn't see it. So I was just like, oh, don't worry about that noise. And she was just like, did she just try to strike me? It was so funny. But she's so small right now that she is a nippy baby. And I'm excited to tame her down. I'm excited for her to get big, and she's going to grow fast. And I'm excited to show this off with you guys. You can see she already likes this. I just have to make sure it's in the right spot so I can get it down into the dirt and shut the top of the tank. But I also wanted to give you guys one more look before I put her away. So she's all settled, and I gave her a water dish. And I tried to move her back into her hide after moving it, and I kind of already knew I was kind of pushing it, because she's been through a lot. She's stressed. I had to hold her for like the first 10 minutes that she's been here, and I was petting her and making sure, one, she wasn't going to bite me while I was holding her, and two, making sure she was warming up. But I already kind of knew I was pushing my luck. But when she wasn't going in her hide, I tried to like touch her tail, and she snapped around, and I knew immediately that it was a mistake, and so I started to move my hand away, but it was too late, and she was already in that motion, and she just like leapt out, and like she didn't like to fully bite me. She definitely got me. Like that's it. That right there, those marks, those 4 marks right here, are all that I have from my snake, which is going to be the 3rd biggest snake in the world. Or the 3rd biggest snake species in the world, bit me, and I'm not bleeding, and I have little tiny pinpricks. It didn't hurt. It actually didn't even really like feel like anything. I was expecting it to hurt much worse. I've been bit by smaller snakes, but obviously, this is much bigger teeth, much different attitude. However, she just like, it was a fully defensive bite. It was my fault. I was pushing it. She was stressed. She was very obviously stressed. I was pushing it. I was trying to guide her into a thing, and I touched her tail, which snakes already don't like being touched on the tail, let alone when they're stressed and they've just been transported, they're cold, and now they're being thrown into a bin that they've never, ever seen before. So that was bad on my part. This was human error, not on the snake. The snake was super, super, super docile for having what happened to it. It's super sweet. I pushed my luck, I pushed the snake, and I pushed its bounds. And that's when bites happen, is when you push the snake's bounds. You have to read the snake, and you have to understand the snake. Well, I've learned that pretty quick, And I can say I got off pretty lucky. This could have been much worse. It was 100% a defensive bite because I was pushing my luck. She like reached out, she got one tag, and immediately let go. It wasn't a food response. It was a, hey, I'm going to hurt you if you keep trying to push your luck with me, and if you don't leave me alone, this will get worse for both of us. That was it. There was no like aggression. There was no like, oh, you're food, I see heat and I eat heat. No, that was solely like, hey, get away from me, you're going to kill me or I'm going to have to hurt you. And that's exactly what happened. And like I said, I have little tiny baby pinpricks. It didn't hurt. I'm barely bleeding. In fact, there's almost no blood anymore, and there wasn't blood. This is like the only amount of blood I've seen. But like seriously, it didn't hurt. It wasn't painful. It was my fault. Snake bites do not hurt. Snakes are not evil, and they will not chase you, and they will not try to eat you. A reticulated python, maybe, but that's pretty rare, and you have to be pretty small. But it's not going to happen in captivity, I can tell you that. But I'm really excited to have this girl. I'm hoping she'll be the new mascot. I'm hoping you guys will stick around to see her grow because she is so much smaller than I was expecting. Like, incredibly small compared to what I was expecting. So, I hope you guys will stick around. We can all enjoy her slowly growing and finally being able to enjoy this giant tank that I built for her. Well, I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys learned something from, like, maybe not pushing your snake. And this is also another good lesson as to why it's not very good to hold your snakes or touch your snakes when you first get them. Give them a minimum of 2 days. If, like, for instance, Sir Slithers, he is super docile, super calm, super sweet. I never have to worry about him. And I've been holding him almost every day since I got him. The difference is he hasn't shown any signs of stress. He's a properly socialized animal, and he's fairly aged. He's not like, like super old or anything, but he's also not super young. But he was so properly socialized, and I can tell visibly he is not stressed, and he is eating fine, and he has had no problems with handling. This snake is very clearly not the case, and so this is a good reason why you should always want to err on the side of caution and just give your animals space when you first get them. Like, let them adjust, let them get used to you, let them get used to their surroundings, and then try to interact with them. Otherwise, you'll receive a little baby nip like I did. And like I said, third biggest snake species in the world gave me little tiny pinpricks. I'm not too worried about it.